Do it. Oh, it's coming.
Hold on.
We are live.
Good. That was it. How'd you like that intro?
That was badass.
I did that myself.
No, I thought you had help.
I did it myself. I even got that theme song in there. I thought it was pretty touchy. It was pretty touchy.
Yeah.
I like it. I
Do you like
the
it?
Charlie Kirk thing now.
Yeah, you like it a lot.
I did.
So hello, everybody, and welcome to the first inaugural episode of America and Moonshine, where we're going to be talking about those two things, America and Moonshine. This is our inaugural guest, Uncle Joey. We could not have an episode of America and Moonshine without Uncle Joey. How you doing, Uncle Joey?
Man, I'm doing great. I really appreciate you guys reaching out to me and having me on as your very first guest. I'm honored, and I appreciate you guys, man. I really do.
Well, we're going to have fun here.
We love you, bro.
Absolutely. A few things before we dive into this here. Again, the name of the podcast and the live stream is America and Moonshine. We're going to be discussing topics that have to do with America. It could be any topic that we decide, and Moonshine. And that's, I mean, we may have sidebars and shit here and there, but that's pretty much what it's going to be. Now, we're not going to be, it's not like we're going to be posting everybody's comments over here. We know we're going to have a comments going on here. We're paying attention to them. Don't think we're not paying attention to them, but we're going to have a discussion on various topics here. So if you guys have something relevant to say about the discussion, then absolutely we're going to address that. But Tom, you're first on board. What do you want to talk about, brother?
You know, well, how's everybody feeling tonight? Is everybody good? Is everybody ready for this? You know, everybody had a good week. Has everybody had a pretty good week?
I was off yesterday and today. It's been a good week.
That's awesome. That's good.
I've been at home, so I'm good.
How's your chickens?
Good, dude. I just filled the coop up with sand instead of that damn wood chips.
What'd you fill it full of?
The bedding, I put sand in there.
Right.
I was using wood chips, and it's a pain in the ass because you constantly have to change out the wood chips because it gets full of shit.
Right.
Yeah. The sand is kind of like a poop, a kitty litter box. You can just.
I dig it. And dude, you can buy one of the wider scooper things like for horse bedding,
Yeah, I ordered one.
Yeah, I'll give you a little tidbit of information, Damon. If you go to like one of these vinyl stores and buy some cheap vinyl, okay?
Yeah.
You know where the roost are, and where the roost is, that's where it's always the worst,
Yeah.
If you take that, and if you just tack it up to the back of the wall and let it come down to the floor, and then all you got to do is you can put it on nails, just kind of lift it up, take it outside, hose it off, and hang it back up.
Yeah, I was thinking about doing something like that.
Yeah, use a tarp, use one of those cheap tarps, something like it's just easy.
I hadn't thought about that yet with the vinyl though. All right, so I want to say what up to Toby. He's in the house. Gordon,
Toby,
Herman son, Kenny Taylor, Vic Mandela. What's going on, brother? Mark Morgan, Shadow is here. Tim Chapman, Joe Sweesta. Look at this crew.
Man, hey, thank you everybody for tuning in, man. We appreciate you guys.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, we're going to be getting down to a couple topics here. I got something I'm going to talk about here in a little bit, but go ahead. What do you got? You got anything on board, Tom?
No, not really. If we're going to talk about America, I was just kind of thinking, that what are y'all's opinions? Seriously, and I'm not trying to step on toes or anything else. The reason I'm asking is because we do have, friends and stuff like that has been affected by the shutdown. Somebody, I've had people call me this week and be like, I got furloughed, Some of them, it really don't matter. They've got other options, with different choices that they've made. But it's just, it's really bothering me. I mean, I don't know how else to say it. It's just, it's really bothering me because I figured there was a way better way that we could do this. I mean, if we could just set this much, okay, this is how much it costs for all relevant people with the government. You know what I mean? This is how much it costs to run the government per this. Okay, anything above and beyond that, if one part of the country needs more money, more funding for something, then they approach Congress for it. But they could put a blanket out there that says we need X number of dollars to run the government. It's a two-parter. So what do y'all think about that?
And look, in my opinion, I feel like there should almost be a professional sports salary cap on these politicians. These guys shouldn't be making some of these salaries they're making for some of the time and effort that they spend at their jobs. That's my thing. These guys are making so much freaking money to sit home to not get paid. Like, the people that are making these decisions are making way too much money, and they don't even understand what these people are going through. They were interviewing some lady on TV just the other day. She was a cafeteria worker at the White House, the Pentagon, and she's worked there for 30 some years. And, she's like, I don't know how I'm going to pay my rent, but at the same time, these congressmen, they're still probably they're sitting good. They've been making big money for all these years. I don't know, man. Our system went foul a long time ago when we let these politicians make as much money as they did. Somebody should have shut that down, capped it, made some kind of agreement that there should be only so much money that these guys should be able to make to do what they do. Because some of them probably do their jobs.
Now, I am the anarcho-capitalist of the group here, the pure libertarian. I am in favor of very minimal government needs to be in action at any given time.
I'll agree with you there. I think we have too much. I think there's way too much government. I'm on board with that thinking. Yes.
I think when I hear the term shutdown, I think we should have shutdown parties. Hey, the government's shutting down. Let's have a party. It's to me, it's something that okay, the government shut down for I don't know what, a week, 5 days, 2 weeks. Well, that's a week or 2 weeks that they're going to be out of our hair. And they're not really going to be out of our hair because trust me, the government is still active. They still have our tax dollars to pay these things off. When they say that the government shut down, people aren't getting Social Security, people aren't getting this, it's all just a ploy to raise the hackles of either the left or the right to argue with each other. Right. Our money is there. Okay. They have our money to pay these things already.
Absolutely.
So there's no excuse. If you shut the government down, that's not talking about, soldiers are still getting paid. So I don't know these people. We're not getting Social Security. You're still getting Social Security.
Right.
All these, you're still getting these things. Now, it's going to affect some government workers. Maybe we know government workers are maybe, I can't go to work for a week or whatever. Yeah, well, you work for the government. I'm sorry.
Right.
Yeah, but don't you still think that even if they work for the government like that there should be we need this amount to keep our government running, to keep our employees. Sorry. Okay, let's just say you got people that work at the VA hospital that get furloughed.
They're still working,
but they're not getting paid.
They're still getting paid. If you have to go to the VA to get checked and you're a veteran, you can still go to get checked out.
But the doctor and nurses right now are not getting paid. There's already been some of them that's been laid off, like furloughed, and they're not getting a paycheck.
Yeah, I did see where some of them are working. Essentially, I know
this because I've had people I've talked to this week that literally got furloughed on Monday and got sent home.
I saw a thing where they were saying there's some TSA agents that will be working for free, doing their, keeping the airports moving, but they won't be getting paid. I don't know if they'll eventually get back pay. I don't know how that works. I'd love to get somebody on here that works for the government that's able to talk about how that's all and function and in play, because I don't really know how the whole thing works. Will they get that money back, or do they just not? They're just losing pay.
I'm pretty sure they would get back pay.
I think I don't know if this is 100% true. If it's not true, I'm sorry, but I think I seem to remember something in the past where even if like certain groups didn't get a check this for like 3 weeks, whenever they went back into work, they got back pay.
Yeah, I do think. I honestly think they do get the back pay. But you know what I'm meaning is, though, I don't give a shit if the whole country, the government shuts completely down. I would just like to see their capital.
That's talking sexy to me there. Whew.
I would just like to see the capital that they need to use for, like, the VA, workers, the cafeteria workers that may have got laid off or whatever, that, okay, we can allot this amount of money to say, this is what we need to keep our government, our essential employees. That's what word I was looking for, to keep them working to get paid.
I think in my opinion, essential employee in the government it's a redundancy.
Well, it was kind of wild. They made that statement as well. They said workers that have been told they were one-time essential are now being sent home and are working without pay. So,
Correct.
the way they treat these people, they're essential, but we don't really want to pay you right now. So
I was just told by somebody that worked in the government for many, many years that when the government shuts down, when it starts back up, they get back pay.
So
yeah, I just got a text message that says they are not getting paid. That's right.
So you just got to ride the storm out and hope it doesn't last very long. Is basically what it is.
Kevin Smith in the house. Justin Meredith. I saw Wes in here too. Clint Torres, my friend.
Did I see where Justin Meredith had some surgery? I hope he's doing well. Hope you're doing
well. I think it was on his shoulder, wasn't it?
I don't know what it was. That's why I'm curious. So, Justin, I hope you're doing well.
Yeah, I think he blew his shoulder out lifting, at one time. Anyway, go ahead, Damon. I'm sorry.
Before we go any further, real quick, I want to go ahead and mention, I know we're getting into some topics here, but there's something that need to be, should have mentioned before we even started this. Prohibition.
Yes.
A dear friend of ours lost his grandfather. We love you, Pro. Condolences, baby. Condolences. I know how it feels.
I enjoyed your videos with him, man. Those are something that are always going to be around and we can always cherish.
It's almost like we all lost part of our grandpa. We got to see him for like the last year doing stuff,
Listen, I ain't going to lie. I wish I could make liquor with my grandpa. I think he would.
And I told Pro today on the phone, I was like, I don't have any more left. You know what I mean? So, it's tough.
Yeah.
But he was in ICU for the last couple weeks. You know what I mean? So, he said they kind of felt it coming, but it doesn't make it any easier when it happens. So we love you, Pro. Your whole family's in our thoughts and our prayers. If you need anything, reach out to any one of us.
Yeah, absolutely, brother. So, but back into Tom's here. Was there another part to that?
No, I do have a guy that said if we wanted him on, he would get on and explain what's going on because he is a military guy and he is not getting paid. Or we can just, it's not a big deal. I don't really want to go that far into it. I was just kind of getting some opinions. You know what I mean? Just throwing it out between us three.
My son-in-law does Army Reserves, and I know he's got weekends coming up. I know they get paid for that, so I'm curious. I'll have to ask him because he'll know how that works as well. Because they'll have to go do their normal weekend, I'm sure, but they just won't that weekend. They probably won't get paid till maybe a month or so down the way. So I'll have a conversation with him as well.
I think this is one of the things too that there are so many branches and so many veins that come off of the federal government.
Yeah,
that when there's a shutdown, everybody's worried that, okay, it's a federal government shutdown, but it goes all the way down to, like you were saying, Tom, cafeteria workers and that kind of stuff.
Right. At the VA hospital.
Yeah. I mean, these people like that, I think, this is my opinion. All right. The folks that should be getting paid by our tax dollars are the folks that are, like you said, essential. I don't really think that they are essential, but government officials, politicians, unfortunately.
No, I totally dig that. I'm talking about the workers.
Yeah, the workers that are smaller
the people that keep the food on the tables. Yeah,
right.
I think they should be paid by other means besides the tax. I mean, besides direct tax dollars like this, because there's a budget to, what's his nuts, whoever gets but he has a salary that's budgeted. He gets that, and they have all this budgeted. But there's so many strands and veins that come off of this. You can't tell where the money's going and who's getting paid and who's not. And I think it's hard to follow the money sometimes to figure out exactly where it's going. And I honestly think you're right, Tom. These people that are smaller, because a lot of these people that are smaller down the food chain, they're living paycheck to paycheck like everybody else.
Yeah.
And that's more or less who I'm discussing. I don't give two flying fucks about Congress. I just don't care.
You get frustrated when you see when they expose some of the money that's being spent on some research. The money that our government spends on research, that list is wild. And then I just saw today, like I'm dealing with some issues now. My wife's parents are getting up in age, and we're dealing with the whole Medicaid and Medicare system. And I saw where they're making cuts in that. So our elderly who were the backbone of this country, who spent all these years building and providing and spending their hard-earned money and their tax money, and now they're trying to fuck them. I don't understand why our country always wants to screw the people that are at the end of their life who helped put all the money and tax dollars in this system. So to me, it's a slap in the face when I saw that today, that they're doing these cuts to Medicare and Medicaid and shit like that. I just don't get. There are so many other cuts. Cut down some of the research you do on the sperm whale in the Iceland Ocean. Or, dude, I saw the list of weird money that our country spends shit on. And, dude, we waste money on so much research and development that it will blow you away if you dig in that rabbit hole and see what kind of money we just throw at things. We just throw money.
That was my part two of the question.
You line up and we just give you money. It's crazy, man.
What did you say, Tom?
That was my second part. Remember, I said it was a two-parter kind of deal.
Yeah.
Okay, and me and the gentleman that was discussing it, he was one of the ones that got laid off, or furloughed, whatever you want to call it. We was talking, said it would just be nice to say, okay, we need X number of dollars to keep this part of our country up and running. Okay,
right.
Period. You know what I'm saying? I don't like from here up, like you said, Damon. That we also need term limits on all these senators and everybody else, and get them the fuck out after two terms, whatever. Maybe somebody new will understand what we're going through. Now, with that being said, but I want one vote system in place. One bill, one vote. Like I don't know, like you said, Joe, like you said, we're going to cut spending on sperm whales, or no sperm whales. Now we need fucking $1 million. Okay. That's a one line, one vote. All right. All in favor of giving $500,000 to fucking sperm whale, research, yay or nay. Okay. All right. Well, then we go to the next one. Are we going to see? I seen one, it was like $1.5 million or something like that, where they literally said, we're going to send $1.5 million to Egypt to send Egypt people to college. And that really
do that to a lot of countries, man. We're a very giving country, and I'm glad that we can do that. But we don't take care of our own goddamn people, man. And the older I get, the more frustrating that is.
I need one line, one vote. You know what I'm saying? Put it on there, and then that way. And here's another thing. I can throw this out there too, because this just all fills in. The thing about it is, and we don't need all them cocksuckers to fly into Washington to do this. We can get 10 people in this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You can get all these people in, everything else with all the technology. I mean, all we got to do is punch a button on here, click it, and I can fucking cut you off. Joey sends you to the house. You know what I mean? We can hit yes, no, whatever, nay, yay, whatever. And then it'd be voted on. All right, you got from 8:15 to 8:20. Who's voting on the sperm whale gets $500,000. And at 8:20, we tally the fucking votes, and that's how it goes. You see what I'm saying? I think I mean, they wouldn't even have to leave their fucking home office in Utah. You know what I mean? They could just hang out, you know?
Here's what's crazy.
They don't need to have
everything has evolved in our country and what way we do things, but the way we handle our politics. You know, it almost like things need to be looked at and tweaked a little differently now. The times aren't the same. Things are different now. We live in a different world. We live in a different society than what they did when they passed when they made all this shit up for Congress and the politics. I almost feel like they need to strip this shit down to the bare bones, man. They've got so many people. There's just every state has so much bullshit, man. I think it's time they restructure and strip it down. There's just an overkill, I feel like, in politics. I really do.
If they basically got to do is just go back to running the government constitutionally, and we wouldn't have any of this bullshit. I mean,
totally down.
To be honest with you, I mean,
hey guys, would y'all be upset if I sent somebody a link that's in the government thing that really wants to get in here and got it? He said, if you'll just give me 2 minutes and y'all kick me back off.
I have no problem with it.
Go ahead.
Okay, I'm gonna send him a link here. Shit, I hit the wrong button like a dumbass. Do. All right, Josh, I sent you a link if you're listening. But anyway, y'all keep talking, you know.
But yeah, I just, like I said, the Medicare thing, we're dealing with my wife's parents right now, and we're dealing with Medicare and Medicaid, and that really, it just trips me out. And it's really, I don't know, man, just the idea that we're willing to take things away from the people that work so hard, and now they're at the end of their life, and they're just trying to get by, man. They're just trying to survive until the end of time. That's all they're trying to do, and they can barely do that. They can't even afford to do that with the way things are. Hey, Josh, how you doing, brother?
Hey. So I don't want to take up all y'all's time, but hey, I just wanted to say, Joey, was it your son or nephew that's in the National Guard?
My son-in-law. My son-in-law is in the Army Reserve.
Yeah, the difference is he's not a federal employee; he's a state employee. That's why he's going to get his paycheck.
Okay.
Now, I will tell you, there's something. I work at a division. I literally am spitting distance from the general. I work for the general on his staff. I will tell you, there is civilians that make up part of our offices. And now that they're gone, we're picking up their work. So we're doing double the work now with no pay. We got a paycheck on the 1st, but that was for last month. The pay period, there's a cutoff for pay periods. So the 8th will be the next cutoff for mid-month pay. So if there's no resolution by the 8th, what's going to happen is we won't get a paycheck on the 14th. But yes, they will back pay us. However, I do know Fort Hood and several other places, there's lines of soldiers right now at food banks. That they're afraid that they're not going to have food on their tables. There are soldiers deployed right now where their wives are freaking out. They don't know what to do.
Kids, yeah, I'm sure.
So I literally did a 8-mile ruck this morning, knowing that I'm probably not going to get a paycheck. I took my soldiers out, but so those government employees are not there, and they're an essential part of some of the team. And I can't go into what's going on right now. It is a $8 billion contract that we had, and it is going to jump our Army into the next warfighter. So there's some technology we're fielding right now that halted. So there's also, just came out today, soldiers moving to other installations called the PCS move. That stopped today. So if I had my family packed up and sold my house, I have no place to live.
Oh shit.
Because I can't move. There's no government funds. Soldiers going to schools right now have no funds. We have a warrant officer. My actual tech is a warrant officer. She was supposed to actually go to school. There's no funding for it now. So yeah, it's a lot more to unpack than what the news and everything says. It does affect us. soldiers can't out process and move on. If you were getting out of the Army, you can't even get those orders to get out now because there's nobody to create them.
So let me ask you this. I don't mean to interrupt you, but how does this affect morale? How is that? Is everybody try to stay positive? Is it something where guys are they worried about it? I mean, how is that? How is it going day to day?
So the older gentlemen like myself, we've been through this before, especially in the Obama era. They used the military as a pawn, and the Republicans always folded because they would, use us as a pawn. It's always been that way. They fold before it affected our paycheck because nobody wanted the military to lose their pay. However, Donald Trump did sign an order when he was in office last time that if they did shut the government down, it would not affect our pay. However, I don't believe that's in play anymore because I had gotten notice that we're not going to get a mid-month paycheck. However, if there's anybody that has family members that are in the military and they bank with Navy Federal will continue paying you, and it's like a non-interest loan. And when you get your back pay, they will take that back so you don't lose a paycheck. But it's only for those that are Navy Fed, USAA.
That is absolutely awesome. That is awesome that they do that for their people, man. That right there, that's looking out for your people, looking out for the people who are taking care of you. And that's what we should be doing, man.
Yeah, I called my son. My son's a staff sergeant over 101st Airborne, and it was I looked at the shutdown was like an hour and 20 minutes, and I told him whatever you got going on ain't as important as this. Made him go on the app and click the button so because he had Navy Fed. But the morale, it's not affecting us. I don't think people realize how resilient soldiers really are. We're going to continue to work regardless. We signed up for it. We know this happens. There are things in place to try helping us. There's certain types of non-interest loans that the government has that if need be, that could be utilized. So we plan for this every time,
and I'm sure
have those programs.
And like you said, you had your guys out today, your unit out today. I'm sure you guys look out for each other as well.
Mm-hmm. We do. Yeah, absolutely. And I have soldiers under me, and I went through who do you bank with, and I made them get right on their phone. We stopped everything we were doing, and what we're doing I run the HROC. It's a human resources operations company, and we're the data analytics team. And so we are the ones that look at all the data for the general. So I made them stop, even though that's important, that our jobs are important. I made them stop everything. You get on there right now and sign up for this so you don't lose a paycheck. So yeah.
Awesome.
But yeah, I don't want to take any more of your time. I just want to kind of explain it. It unfold. There's more layers to it than what everybody thinks. It's affecting. Yeah, it's affecting more. So, all right, gentlemen, take care,
love you, brother.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Bro. Yeah, you too, brother. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
Yep.
Well, there you go. Right.
So that was good news. That was good. I wouldn't say good news, but it was good information.
What it sounds like to me is the guys that stay in the service, they're prepared for it. Now, probably the younger guys that aren't prepared, that have come in there and start having a bunch of kids, they might not have been prepared for this. So I could see where they'd be very scared, very nervous, and hitting the food banks, wanting to make sure their families are fed. So I get
just now getting out of boot camp or something, and trying to, you just don't know. But that's awesome.
Yeah.
All right, so we dove into that one there, Uncle Joey. Do you have anything you want to discuss about America?
Man, I'd like to touch a little bit of the Moonshine end of it, man. I really like to see. I know Sugarlands has taken a beating for Where's the Jars, but it is nice to see that I saw where Big Nick, Tater, and Brandon have all mashed in, and they've all got releases coming up. So for our Shine brothers, man, Taters, man, I don't know a better, more wonderful, more humble individual than the man that we know as Tater, or Hollywood, or there's many names that we call him, piece of shit, whatever. We love him. Tater's an awesome dude. He's got a big heart. He's always the first one I see. Not one of the first one, but he's one of the many of you shiners that I see that are right there when it comes to charity work, volunteering, and willing to help out when needed. So I just think it's awesome that these guys are finally getting their jars ran, and it'll be more than just a jar run for like Tater. That's more than just a jar run for him, man. He deserves that. He has won so many Master Distiller awards and won all their he deserves that jar run, and he needs that jar on their shelf, man. I think it's awesome.
Do we have a date for that jar?
Yeah, I think Tater's release is
November
4th, November 8th, something like that.
I'll plan on trying to be over there.
I know it's Tater and Big Nick, and I know Brandon. And I know our boy Brian with the Papa's Grappa said that he's got a bash in coming in.
Oh, really?
I wonder if he's going to be doing maybe his with Brandon Buffington. I don't think I'm going to be able to make it to Taters. I would like to go. I don't know if I'm going to make it. But, man, Brian is an awesome dude, and I'm going to try to make it to Brian's release whenever that may be. Brian just seems like one of those guys. He's very humble. And he's very proud, and he's just doing what he knows how to do and trying to get his jar or his bottle out there for everybody to enjoy. So I appreciate what each and every one of you moonshiners has done and will do in the future. Yeah. And it's going to be cool to see these guys just having their jar release, man. I think it's awesome.
Are you wearing a heavy metal moonshine shirt too?
Yeah, Jason Bartolozzi.
Dude, come on. Why you? Tom, you didn't get the message?
No, look, I'm supporting Uncle Bill, though.
All right, good. Awesome. There is, I did want to, there are, one big thing that I wanted to discuss was the idea, I don't know, was it a week ago, Phil came up with our bylaws for the Moonshine Militia. One of the things that was mentioned in there quite a few times was brotherhood. So one of the things that I really want to discuss is brotherhood. I don't think people understand exactly what we're talking about when we say brotherhood. Okay. Tom, when I call you brother, I tell you that I love you and you're my brother.
Yes, sir.
Jason, it's the same with you.
Yep. You guys are brother. I've met so many fucking awesome people, man. You are right.
Now, if there's somebody that I don't really know, I'm not going to call them brother.
Mm-mm.
I don't do it. I've had people out there that I don't know and I don't really like call me brother, and I tell them to stop because I am not their brother. Right? So to me, this idea of brotherhood is more than just a word. It's more than just throwing shit around. It means, Tom, if you need me, I'm going to be there for you because you're my brother.
Right.
I don't care what the fuck it means.
Yep.
Jason, same for you.
Yep.
We have each other's backs. Same with Phil.
100%.
We have each other's backs, and we're not going to. If somebody's bad mouthing you or any one of my brothers, and you're not there to defend yourself, I'm going to step in for you and defend you because you're my brother.
Yeah, I've always said that my big thing is, Damon, just real quick, is my big thing is I will talk shit to your face. You know what I mean? Because we're brothers. We will talk, mad shit to each other. But I'm also the one that will defend you privately. I won't just stand in the corner and go, yeah, I feel the same. No, if I'm on your fucking side, I'm all onto your side. And it's also another term that y'all need to figure out is don't bro me if you don't know me.
I like that.
I got introduced to you guys just a few short years ago, and I felt the love immediately. And just like with every community and every group, there are some cliques and there are some different attitudes amongst the group. But for the most part, in the whole, The community is the same. Everybody is like-minded. There are a few haters. There are some jealous people, but for the most part, there is no jealousy in this community, man. Everybody's willing to share and enjoy and continue to pass that on to each other and help each other. And the help that this community gives is amazing. It brings me to what you guys are doing with that. Is it Appalachia Initiative? Is that the name of that?
The Appalachian United Initiative. Yeah.
Appalachian United. Just even like that, man. Just the willingness you guys have to reach out and help when needed. The shit that Vince did for the toy drive. I mean, you guys driving all over the place. Damon, you were a part of that, I do believe. You guys are driving all over the place, taking toys to kids, supplies to these people who were affected by certain things, because you guys are a family. You guys look out for each other.
Yep. And that's to me, I think that's what we're supposed to do.
Absolutely.
And the haters aren't a part. They may be members of the militia, but they're not a part of the brotherhood.
No, and what I think is really cool is we're spread out among so many different states.
Oh yeah.
But when we come together, it is, to me, my heart just is huge. Like at every event that I've been at this year, I absolutely love the fact that I can reach out and touch every one of you guys. You know, the Facebook, the phone calls, the messages, those are fine and dandy. But to be able to sit down and reach out and hand you a jar, or sit down there and just be able to reach out and see you guys, that's when it's real to me, man. Because, you know, not that any of it's not real when we're on the social media, but you feel it more when we're in person.
Right.
Yeah. So that's me. I mean, my talk on brotherhood, that discussion I just wanted to have, getting people to really understand what we mean when we talk about brotherhood. It's not just a word we're using lightly, and it's not just something we're just saying in passing either.
Right.
Hey, Damon, real quick on brotherhood. By the way, the birthday party's at 2:00 on Sunday.
So it's not tomorrow. It's the 5th.
Yes, sir. Yeah. So the reason I said that real quick, Jason, is because literally, you want to hear about brotherhood? This is the coolest thing. So Damon comes to my house, sleeps in the bed, you know what I mean, hangs out, we do it, right? So my grandson and Damon's son, you know, they're about the same age, you know, Liam, and they hang out and what all. Well, Damon lives 2.5 hours away from here. Okay. My grandson for the last 2 years is at a birthday party at like the jump jam place, you know, the trampoline place, you know, and all that shit, you know. Damon drives 2.5 hours to come hang out, do the jump jam for 2 hours, and then gets back in the fucking truck and drives home. You know what I mean? That's what people don't understand. You know what I mean? I don't know.
It just even goes to like when these guys that are getting in the legal industry have their releases. People will drive 3-4 hours for your opening or your release or whatever it is, because it's what they do, man. They want to see you succeed. Everybody wants to see everybody succeed in whatever they're doing. I don't care what it is, whatever you're doing. We all want you to do well and succeed, and we will support you with whatever it is.
Yep.
What's just that feel? I'm sorry, Damon.
I'll go ahead. I got a burp.
I was just going to say, like, Phil. You know, Phil's got a damn, 500,000 followers and this and that, you know. Dude, he shares every fucking recipe he's got. You know what I mean? Like when we show up at events, you know, he's like, well, I was like, hey, man, you want to try some strawberry lemonade? Bitch, it's your recipe. You know, I'm just saying, you know what I mean? And there's other people out there that so many people have like, well, how do we all get started on this? And everybody's like, go to Phil, you know what I mean? Watch some of his damn videos, I've been watching Phil forever, dude. And then I had that Facebook got shit wrecked and had to start another one, but that's beside the point. But I'm just saying there's just so much stuff that Phil just gives away for free.
Yeah. Well, and you've got George and you've got Jesse from Stillet, and you've got Phil and Big Easy, man. Those guys are pushing the content, man. They are giving you everything you need to know to make not just liquor, some damn fine liquor.
Right.
I just got a message. I got to read this text message. I just got. Should I out her? Should I out the person that sent me this message? What about sisters or wives of brothers? I feel so left out. Well, I can't talk on that because I'm not a sister or a wife. If you got something to say about that, you can pop in and say it too. I mean,
no,
you know,
we've got a fucking ladies' night. I mean, we literally support our women by having Thirsty Thursdays with ladies' night. I mean,
hey, Lisa Day does a fabulous job with that too.
Of our community, their own voice. There's not another group out there that gives a whole fucking Thursday to all the women. You know what I mean? And I'm not saying that we do it for. I mean, that's just what we do. You know, let's give them their whole platform. You know, just let them have it. You know,
well, and you know, at first when I first got into it, I met all the Moonshiners, and then you slowly meet some of the ladies of the Shine world. Man, hey, there's some women out there putting in work. You know, so you got to give them their credit and respect in a field of basically what men do. There's some ladies out there that can make some damn fine liquor as well.
Especially the ladies that have to deal with people like Tom Crum. Sorry,
absolutely.
So what's the what next event do you guys have on the agenda? Is that the Arkansas Music Festival?
That's where I'm going. Tom, where you going?
We was going to try to do OBX, but dude, I mean, the fucking shoreline's washing away, so I don't know.
Yeah, they're getting hit pretty good in North Carolina, so that might be interesting. Yeah.
You might want to check your phone, Joey, when you get her, Jason, when you get a chance. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm heading to the Arkansas Moonshine and Music Festival in Clinton, Arkansas. Actually going to be heading there.
Man, ain't nothing like getting kicked out of a group you paid to be a member of.
I'm telling you.
Dude, that's one of the best stories ever. No, you guys don't even know. The best part of that whole story was I was talking shit in my group. You know, Sean was like, man, they kicked me out. Big Easy was like, man, they kicked me out. I said, man, they're not kicking me out. Everybody loves Uncle Joey. And they already both knew that I'd already been kicked out. So I'm talking all this shit like, no, they ain't going to kick me out. Man, everybody loves. And I opened up my shit and I was like, these motherfuckers.
Check that out, Damon. I texted it to you.
Oh, did you?
Yeah. But yeah. Hey, you know, and I ain't gonna lie to you. See these arthritic hands, Jason? See, I didn't kick you out, brother. I didn't. I can't even type. See, it wasn't me.
You know, I got nothing but love for you guys. I don't have no hate.
You did that day, motherfucker. Don't lie.
Listen, there's only I don't really feel like I've been around the community enough. I don't truly have any hate for anybody in the Moonshine community, but there's a couple dudes that I think are just straight fucking douchebags.
Right.
Other than that, I don't really dislike a lot of people. Now, you know, old Janet, you know, you can't really hate Janet all that much. Janet's entertainment.
I don't know. I've got a lot. Never mind.
Let's not go down that road. Let's not go down that road.
Yeah, I won't say it again because you know how it is. You say it too many times and the motherfucker shows up.
I know it. Yeah. It's like fucking Beetlejuice around this motherfucker.
And then there's that motherfucking Gary. Yeah.
So I guess
weren't going to go there. We weren't going to go there.
Some people were saying that OBX is not on the beach side of North Carolina, so it should still be good.
Well, I know, but I just wondered how bad it was still getting hammered down there. I mean, you know what I mean? I know that.
I ain't got to worry about it. I'm going to Arkansas, baby.
I heard that.
So, and they've been, and I've been in talks with them. They've been very good to me. Very, very good to a few of us that are going to be making that trip out there.
When is that? Is that this weekend?
No, that's November 1st.
November 1st. Okay.
Yeah, we're actually heading out. I'm heading out on the 30th because they have I guess Clinton, Arkansas has this huge Halloween bash. So we're going to go out there and hit up that Halloween bash, see if maybe it's something we can set up at next year. Then the next day, going right over to the Ozark Moonshine and Music Festival, set up there. We got some big names coming, like Big Easy and Sean Rigsby.
I know. I heard they're coming.
Yeah, so I mean, it's going to be a good time. You know, and of course, I'm going out there with a bunch of stuff for the Appalachian United Initiative. I do want to. There's another group out there called Helene Rising that I've been talking to. I'm going to be taking some of their stuff out there as well to try and help spread the word, about what's going on still. Raise awareness, raise some funds if we can. But I think my main goal is to raise awareness. If people donate, cool. But I just want everybody to know that, hey, this shit's still going on. And there's motherfuckers out there that are friends and family, and they still need help. So,
hey, we'll put as much as we can, man. Send me the link too. If you can, I'll share it as much I can as well. Get it out there, get the knowledge out there, and give these people some help, man, because they kind of were forgotten about it. They were all over the media, and now you don't see nothing about them. But nothing really. I've seen some videos and some pictures, and it don't look like much has changed in some of those areas.
Yeah. And the great thing is, these groups like, Healing Rising and Appalachian United Initiative, 100% of their donations go to helping these people. They don't take money to pay, Joe and Martha for doing the work that they do there. 100% of what's donated goes directly into the effort that they're trying to do to help people. They're building a house for somebody right now, and that's what they're doing right now. They're building houses. They're rebuilding roads and bridges and building houses for people, because frankly, there's a lot of people out there that are in campers still.
Yeah,
that's not sustainable, right? That's not sustainable for long term.
Has it been a year? Has that been over a year now?
It's been just over a year now.
Exactly a year. Yeah, it was just like last weekend or something like that for when they're or weekend before or something like that. Yeah.
Hey, I'm not gonna lie. So I will say this. So, I live up here in Ohio, and I saw all that shit on the TV, and you see it on the news, and you see all the videos, TikTok, Facebook, whatever. But when we drove to the Hillbilly Jam and we drove through that area, it got real quiet in our car. I'll tell you that.
Yep. Yeah, that was psycho. That's the first time I'd seen it too, Jason. That's the first time I'd seen it. It's crazy.
The fact that water come over that mountain and just ripped that fucking road off the way that it did, man.
I mean, it was undermining it. You know what I mean? The river was undermining, and it was coming off the side, and man, it just took it out. It was crazy.
It's really wild to see what Mother Nature did to that part of the world and what it did to those people, and it still looks like that, man. Like there's people down there saying that what they're doing is a waste in time, that it's going to do the same thing again. But I saw some massive concrete girders and steel beams, and they're doing everything they can do that shit don't happen again.
Yeah, there's a couple folks that I've had the honor to meet and become close with. One man in particular, Wes Harding, who I call a brother now.
He said it was September 27, Damon. 1 year anniversary. Sorry, didn't mean to interrupt.
Yeah, but they have been working nonstop, and they're volunteers. One of the things that I don't think a lot of people understand is that these people, like April and Wes Harding, sorry out you guys, but they give up a lot of their time and their money, their own money, to do these projects and to help these folks, not expecting anything in return. I mean,
there's a lot of people. There are some people left like that in the world, man. There really are.
Well, and I've had the honor to meet and befriend a few of these people, and I can tell you these are they fit right in with us. That's what it is.
Yeah.
They fit right in with us, and I love it. I think it's spectacular. And I think that aspect of folks like that, and Jake from Healing Rising and his group and that kind of stuff, folks like that are willing to do this for their neighbors without, getting recompensated, all this stuff. That is brotherhood, is it not? I mean, that's exactly what it is. If you're willing,
you can also use the word that brotherhood and family, man. Those are two words that go hand in hand, and that's exactly what it comes down to, man. You're treated like family, and it's a brotherhood. It really is.
But Damon, you know how close in the proximity I live to there, right? I mean, 2 hours away, and I mean, and I don't live far from the mountains, Joe. You know what I mean? I don't. It's just, and so that storm come right through here, and it was rough here, but I'm just going to tell you, it flickered, whatever, but we never lost power. We never lost internet service. We never lost cable. You know what I mean? We sat here and watched the news, watched it happen. But and I guess I'm not bragging or nothing. What I'm saying is it's just amazing how from here to here the devastation. You know what I mean? It's just like a tornado or whatever. It'll take out this house and leave the one on each side. You know what I mean? But it was just that close to us, and I mean, it could have been rough for miles and miles and miles, but I mean, it was just crazy that it just rained here, high winds, and that was about it. But I got people that live up there, and we know them. They said there was a 20-foot wall of water come down that valley into Maggie Valley. I mean, it was just a wall of water just come through there.
Oh, the one video I saw where the guy steps out on his front porch and the water comes through and it just takes the trees and the cars away, and it swoops right by the cabin they're in. But that water was, like you said, it was every bit of 20 feet high, man. Yeah. It just ripped everything away. Water is a very powerful beast, and it doesn't stop. It will take everything with it. There we go. There you go. We appreciate you. Everything you guys do.
We do. And it's very important to, and this is like one of the things that I could offer these folks. My voice, going out there and talking to people like crazy.
Yep.
Telling them about, shit's not fixed. I don't care what you see on TV. It's not fixed.
There's still people living in tents a year later.
Yeah. So, Wes Harden is actually him in April. Wes is one of those ground guys. He's one of the guys that is out there building houses. He's out there rebuilding bridges just so they can get access to people's homes. Driveways, houses. I mean, he's done it all. Cutting back the trees. This guy's got some chainsaws like you would not. Makes fucking Leatherface shame. Leatherface walks away with sighs. Oh shit.
In all of my years, I turned 56 this year, and I honestly don't think I ever remember. I know I don't ever remember seeing as many floods that I saw the national news have on a weekly basis. I would sit down. I don't watch a lot of news because I think it's bullshit. But there's a little bit of national news. I like to just see what's the temperature of the country, see what's going around in other places, and night after night. There for like a month, there was flooding in places that never have had flooding. Shit, it's just that was such a weird month, 2 months, whatever that was. There were so many places that got devastated by the floods. What was that camp, and where was that the camp
Texas.
got hit? Yeah,
Texas.
That camp in Texas, man, devastating, man.
And this is one of the things that's important too to understand about the AUI and other groups like Helene Rising, that kind of. They understand that it's not just the folks in Appalachia that need help anymore.
Right.
Because, like you were saying, Joey, because of all the other stuff that's happening, they've been reaching out and helping other folks as well. They were there in Kentucky, helping the Kentucky flood victims. Wes was on the ground. He was telling me stories about, the things that they were doing there with the Kentucky flood victims. So, while it is the Appalachian United Initiative, and that was how they came about, they're now branching out to try and help others as well. And I got an interesting series of podcasts coming out on the Moonshine Militia podcast with the folks that are directly involved with that. We're doing some direct interviews with each member that has been on the ground helping. And those are going to be rolling out here within the next month as well. So keep your eyes open for that.
Oh yeah. I can say this, man. The Moonshine Militia definitely. You guys, you have your fun, but you guys also do a lot of good, man. There's more good than fun, I believe, in what you guys do. And you guys are an awesome group of people. And I know I appreciate what you do. I appreciate being a part of, the family and the brotherhood. And in any way I can help out, I'm there to help you guys anytime, man.
We love you, Joey.
Love you guys.
So on to other things here. Anybody got any liquor brewing anywhere?
Man, I got nothing right now.
You got nothing?
Nothing.
What?
Man, I've been dealing with some. My wife's parents have been dealing with some health issues, so I've been dealing with some family stuff. Okay. I think I may have 5. I've acquired a total of, I think I own 5 or 6 stills now, and I've not ran most of them just because I've been too busy, man.
I got you. Shit.
But it's going to happen. I just was talking to, one of my brothers from the Still Talking podcast, Mr. Sean Rigsby, how I think I'm going to get a couple mashes. I got a couple of 50-gallon barrels. I think I'm going to put something in them tomorrow. I got enough weather left, enough warm weather. I can get them worked off in a week or so I can get shit racked off and at least have it ready to run when the weather starts getting cold.
Isn't Sean Rigsby famous for something?
Man,
wasn't he on TV or something like that?
There's rumor that he's famous, but man, I don't know. I think Big Easy is more famous. Big Easy is still hands, so I don't know.
Did you say Big Easy was more fat? You said what?
That's fucked up.
I forgot that Big Easy's a still hand. I forgot. He's Phil and Sean's.
Yeah, I mean, see, you got Phil and then you got Rigsby. They're distillers. You know, they're the man. You know.
Well, I think Sean retired. I don't even know if he ever even made liquor.
I don't know, but he's got a sexy casting couch up there. It looks like it's covered in baby oil all the time. When's he gonna hang some curtains in that fucking apartment, dude? You know his damn neighbors are like, "What the fuck? We don't want to see that shit."
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I forgot to mention April Hardy makes awesome pie as well.
Ooh.
So yeah, she just messaged me. I lost my train of thought. I was gonna say, oh, Tom, what do you got cooking over there? Anything?
No, I do have some sour mash red, white, and blue jerry can just for you that I need to run. I haven't run it yet, but I am getting ready to mash in a whole new batch of red, white, and blue with some other things, and it's going to be a special run for next year. It's going in a barrel. Let's put it that way.
So I have had a couple bottles of. There's a place up here called Indian Creek Distillery.
Mm-hmm.
They do some damn good shit. They just released a bottle of Blue Corn that's fucking amazing. And then Kevin Stutman up at Seven Brothers Distilling, they just released a bottle of Blue Corn today. I've never barreled anything, but after tasting the Blue Corn that's been aged, I would love to try to age some Blue Corn and see what kind of flavors you can get in the small barrel. Blue Corn's, man, it makes some good bourbon. What I've tasted, that Blue Corn makes some really nice bourbon.
You know who makes some good liquor? Jim Bruns. That motherfucker's been throwing comments up here all night. He does make some pretty good liquor. I've had quite too many jars I was supposed to give to other people, and it went down my face.
Yep, talking about fair play. I got bills, you got fucking Jims. Win-win for both of us.
I got a few things. You know, I just ran my first gen sour mash of that Cherokee White Eagle. Got 2.5 gallons of it. 2 gallons of that went straight into that barrel that I bought, Tom, over at Farm to Bottle.
Yeah.
2 gallons of it went straight into there.
Did you guys grab barrels at Farm to Bottle?
Yep,
absolutely.
I think Easy or Phil got her card.
Yeah.
And that's another thing. Little plug here. If you need any barrels, we can get the hookup on them. She cuts the Moonshine Militia a pretty big discount. She really does. So,
Get pretty nice barrels as well.
Absolutely. The 15-gallon ones, they had just been dumped like the month previous.
I got a 5-gallon. I'm sorry.
But dude, they're nicer than some of the barrels that I have seen out here on the market that have laid up and weathered and everything's rusting on them, and they still want $150 for them. These are nice.
She had a nice price on them. That wasn't a bad price.
That was your price. That's 5-gallon. What was it? 100 for the 5?
Yeah, I think 150 for the 15.
Correct.
I think so. But dude, like I said, I got that sour mash, Cherokee White Eagle, 2 gallons of that went right in there. I ran half of the batch of that pear and autumn olive that I've been cooking in there. I ran half of it because it got too late. This is why I need a 30-gallon fucking still. I could only because I'm still running off of a keg, so I can only fit 15 gallons in there. By the time that was done, because it stayed at 150 proof for like a gallon, and then it started going down, and eventually I got about 110 proof second gallon. But then it was late. I'm like, fuck, I still got another whole 15 gallons of this shit to run. So hopefully tomorrow I'll get that done. And I just started 30 gallons of kombucha.
Nice. Hey, speaking of real quick, Damon, she's also got 53-gallon whiskey barrels. Ooh. And she's got maybe Phil can hold up some fingers. How big are wine barrels, Phil? Are they 58, 63? I don't know. I can't remember.
What's he doing? Just laying in the back?
Yeah, he's just laying back there.
He wants to watch us, make sure we're not.
Yeah.
They're 55.
Okay. Well, what I was looking at is I want to do a really good whiskey, you know what I mean? And then I want to put it in like a port wine barrel or something like that, an aged wine
I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't know what it is. I have never had a bourbon that I like in one of those port wine barrels. I don't know. It's not my thing. And a lot of people have different tastes. I respect that. That's one of those is just not my thing, dude. I don't know why.
Tell me why. Because if I get more feedback, I won't want to do it. What's it do? What do you not like about it?
I like port wine. So
it's the port wine. I don't like the port wine. And it brings you get a lot of that. In my opinion, you get a lot of that port wine flavor in your product.
Okay.
Do you agree, Damon? Anything that's
just
been
get some port wine staves and try it that way. You know what I mean? Just to see, because if I don't like it, then there's no reason for me to barrel it. You know what I mean?
If you like port wine, you may like it, but I'm not a fan of it. So,
here's my opinion. I like port wine, but I'm not sure I like that in my bourbon.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. I like bourbon and I like port wine. I don't know if I like them together. I don't know.
It's an aftertaste that I just do not care for.
You just get that. But she has, like Phil just said here, sometimes she gets, what do you say, 63-gallon barrels?
Yeah.
Stainless steel. But those are for the rich people.
Those are for the rich people.
That means Uncle Joey's got like 5 of them.
No, Uncle Joey ain't got shit.
He just said he had like 7 steels, did he? That he can't even run one of them. I mean, come on.
Well, I didn't say those are all mine. I have like a museum right now. I've got a warehouse. Let's just say I've got a still warehouse.
Yeah. You're just holding them for other people. I see how it is. I know what you're saying.
Yeah,
sometimes it's good to not have things on property. You know what I mean?
I dig it. I totally dig it. I know.
Do you dig it?
I do. And hey Damon, have you seen that 25-gallon stub pot I've got? Have you seen it?
Yes, I have, Tom. What are you gonna? You're not even gonna fucking use the thing. I don't want to know why you just don't let me borrow it in the meantime.
Because then you'll put your damn grubby little dick beaters all over it.
Yes, I will. I will. Look, he got this 25-gallon sub pot from Wayne from Ozark Steelworks. It's sitting up in the Shine Shack since he got it, just sitting up there on the shelf.
I'm not going to lie. I'm intrigued by the sub pot. The submarine pot has me intrigued. What is it? Is it the design of the pot? That okay? Give me a little more explanation. What is it? What are we doing with that design? Why is that? What does it give you? Is that for running certain things?
Well, I think. Correct me if I'm wrong, Tom, but I think traditionally they used those in the backwoods because they were cheap and easy to put together,
lower to the ground.
Yeah, well, they were just and you could hold more.
Right, and you can ferment and distill on the grains.
Yeah, and it wouldn't. You're not going to.
You have to keep them stirred. But the concept of the way that they're shaped, once the fire and it starts rolling, it rolls everything to the outside and back on top. Okay. If I'm wrong, somebody correct me too. You know what I mean? But the theory is that it rolls around like this, and it not as prone to scorching. You know what I mean?
The shape has me very intrigued, and I just haven't really dug into the history and what the purpose of it was. And you brought it up, and I figured I could probably get an answer from one of you guys. So I appreciate that.
Well, and back then, I mean, you could make a 500-gallon sub pot for cheap, stainless, just wrap stainless around wood, and just, a lot of surface area on the bottom for the fire. I mean, it was a lot more economical to run and get more volume, for same amount of fire, I guess you might want to say. I don't know.
Now,
what I would see, it's more surface area. You got, if you're putting a big fire, you got a lot of surface area, which means you'll get I would think a faster run.
Well, it's just like we talk about, I'm a firm 100% believer in the no drip nation. I don't let my shit just drip, pee, dribble. I don't do that shit. Fire, run. I mean, if you watch some of these old timers, you know what I mean? Shit, they had a fucking stream coming out, you know what I mean? And I mean, I've run it 2 or 3, 4 different ways, trying to make it do, taste different. And I can hand jars to people and nobody can tell a minute's difference. I promise.
Anytime I know I talk to old Phil, he run fast and hot, man.
Just run it. You know what I mean? Don't dial it back to where it's just barely pissing, because I guarantee you, I ain't got time to run that fucking 50, 18, 19 hours. I ain't got that kind of time.
And at the end of the day, is there really any difference in the taste of the liquor?
Nope.
So I got a question. So are you the whole charcoal filtering thing, man, who's for and who's against that? Like you see guys dripping right off the still into the charcoal. I don't want to taste charcoal.
No, not directly from the still.
I don't see
guys do that, man. Put it right in. You know what I mean? I'm
going to tell you something right now. Until the show come out and talked about it, I had never heard of it. Never. Yeah. I mean, I've heard of people running it through a handkerchief or something, like, you know what I mean, to catch bugs, something like that, but fucking catching fusel oils and that's what everything else is for back here,
So it was kind of listen.
So worm, then something else is fucking wrong. You see what I'm saying?
Absolutely. And I just, and that's just a random that popped in my head. Just so many run different ways. I've seen on the show a few times. Guys will run it right off the still and they'll have charcoal in their catch. I'm like, what do you? That I don't want to taste charcoal. I don't like Jack Daniels for a reason.
I have used Jack Daniels. I have used activated charcoal afterwards, but not as it's coming off the still. I'll let that activated charcoal sit in water for overnight, so we get all that shit off there, and then I'll put it into inside of a coffee filter, inside of a funnel, as I'm putting it into the gallon jars or the gallon jugs. If there is a slick on it, because sometimes you use some of that corn that that's oily. Right. I use that just to. I don't want to use a Brita filter because it takes out too much flavor, in my opinion. But if you just use that charcoal, it'll get that slick off of there.
Okay, is that the same as just like running it over a coffee filter?
Well,
that's what we got here. Phil said paper towel will do the same thing. So maybe I don't need to use.
And that's what I was going to say. Here's the thing: you can do whatever you want to, coffee filters, whatever. You can go buy a fucking 30-yard fucking bolt of cheesecloth for fucking $5. You know what I'm saying? You can. And I take a fucking 1 foot square of it, fold it, you know what I mean, into fours, and I put it in my filter, in my funnel, and then I take little clamps, you know what I mean, and clamp it down. And that's literally, like Damon said, if you happen to be running because I run red, white, blue a lot, and it's heavy oily. You know this, everybody does. And so if you'll run it into your jar or, bucket or whatever, and you look down without any type of a filter, you can see a sheen, kind of on it, just not much. But then if you run it over a 4-ply cheesecloth, it takes all that away too. And I do that. I run into cheesecloth every time.
You know what I used to do?
Some green shit out of your worm comes. You don't, you miss something, and that's just the way it is for me. I've run through cheesecloth. I don't run through fucking charcoal.
One of the things that I used to do was I'd go in my closet and find an old shirt and cut that shit up and use that because I didn't have any coffee filters or anything.
Well,
don't grab the crusty sock.
I
save those because
I need. You don't want none of them fucking bed baby socks. You don't want none of them sock babies.
And that brings me to what I was going to say. So, like, the filtering thing. So when I was at the jam, I made a sweet corn recipe that I got from Phil, frozen sweet corn, cane sugar, and everybody I handed that jar to was like, man, that tastes exactly what it's supposed to taste like. And I took that to Hillbilly Jam just for me to drink on personally. I wasn't taking it down there to impress anybody. I wasn't taking it down there to, hey, listen to my jar. This is just what I made. Tell me what you think. And everybody said the same thing. It tastes like sweet corn. I had one guy, and it was kind of comical. He said that he doesn't drink any of his liquor till he filters it 3 times before he drinks it. And to me, you're just drinking GNS at that point. You're just drinking vodka. You know what I mean? Like, I just don't, in my opinion, a lot of what I've liked about all the different moonshines that I've tasted are the grains that they're made with, or the fruit that it's made with, and you can taste those flavors. Why would I want to strip all of that down to where I could just taste like a jar of alcohol? Just
like that buckwheat that I was passing around. I mean, I want to taste that buckwheat, or it's got funky flavor, and I'm like you. I want to taste the grain. You know what I mean? Yes. And I want to taste the alcohol. Yes. I don't, people talk, and I've said this 1,000 times. People talk about, oh man, it's smooth as creek water. Probably because you're drinking fucking creek water. I like to have a little alcohol burn. You know what I mean? Because I want to know that I'm drinking something.
Yeah.
I mean, I understand the smooth and the harsh and blah blah blah, but I mean, I don't know. That's just me. If I want to drink a liquor, I want to drink a liquor.
But I also, if I made a jar of sweet corn, I want to taste the sweet corn. Or if I made a jar of blue corn, I want you to taste the blue corn, or the Jimmy Red, or the Silver King. I don't want to run it through fuck yeah, dude. I don't want to run that through so many filters. All I'm tasting is the grain alcohol. You're just tasting the liquor. I mean, everybody's palate's different. The gentleman that I talked to, he must not like the taste of the different grains. Me, I love the different flavors that I pick up from every different corn that I've ever tried. That's what I think is so unique about the moonshine. I'm a bourbon guy. So I'm a bourbon guy converted to a moonshine guy simply because the difference that each of the different grains bring. I liked it in the barrel, but I like it even more clear. I would rather have it clear. I mean, I enjoy a good bourbon. Don't get me wrong. Yeah. I love a good glass of bourbon, but I think my heart is a clear guy. I love the clear, the clean, the flavor you get from an unaged liquor. And if it's done right, the mouthfeel that you can get a mouthfeel like it has aged if it's done properly. Like I just learned what oats do for liquor. What's your guys' opinion on oats? How do you guys? So
all the time.
What kind of oats? Just rolled oats? Is there a particular kind of oats?
I went to a farmer that was selling a 50-pound bag of oats directly out the field for $10. And that's what I've been using.
Now, did you use them whole? Did you grind those up?
I grind them up. They're ground.
Yeah. And listen, Joe, and also on your oats, just crack them. You know what I mean? They don't need to be fine powder, because they do get to a gelatin stage. It's just shit. You know what I mean? It's kind of like a rye, but like I use oats a lot, and you can, and me and Wayne was literally just talking about this today on the phone. You can actually go to Tractor Supply and their Producer's Pride or whatever, the Tractor Supply brand. They actually got a 50-pound bag of whole oats for like $18, $19, and see, oats will give you a sweetness. Okay. Wheat will give you a sweetness, but it also gives you a dry finish. Wheat does. And so I love using both of them together.
So I did a blueberry in my little still that I bought. I got off philbillymoonshine.com, by the way, a little 3-gallon that I
bought. Nice little plug you worked in there, bro.
How much did they pay you for that?
I don't know. Nothing. Go off.
But I got that little still off of Phil, and I did a blueberry. I wanted to run some fruit, and I ran a blueberry mash, and I really liked it. And then I did a blueberry and oat mash, and I love the mouthfeel that you get from an oat. It almost gives you the mouthfeel of an aged liquor in a clear. And it's an earthy note and an aged feeling. So in my opinion, I'm a fan of the oats, man. Now, what's up with the sweet rice? I've heard different things on the sweet rice. Have you guys used any of that?
I haven't.
I've never used rice, but there's quite a few people.
The rice guy is Jim Bruns. I mean, I know he uses a lot of rice. I mean, his
Wayne uses a lot of rice.
Wayne does, yeah.
Now, what does it bring? Is it a starch thing? Is it a sugar thing? Is it?
Honestly, I don't fucking have a clue. I've drank
convertible starch.
Yeah.
I think it's an easy convertible starch that turns into sugar easily. And that's what but I'll tell you somebody else that uses a lot of rice, and we're going to bring up this asshole, is Bill Cluck. And
Right.
y'all can say whatever you want to about Bill Cluck. He is a fucking dick. And it just if you know that going into the relationship with him, he's an asshole to begin with, and he'll die an asshole. But in all reality, if Bill likes you, he will fucking fight tooth and nail for you. I don't have a problem with Bill. But he is big on using rice. He's also a big weeded bourbon guy.
See, I like I'm a weeder. I like a weeded bourbon too. I like a good weeded bourbon. Yeah.
Yeah. So Bill runs a lot of wheat. Sorry, Damon. Go ahead.
You go and go back in the history of the Moonshine Militia podcast that's on YouTube. Bill Cluck, I think, was one of the first ones. If not, no, he was. I think it was the second one, the second episode, and he talked about how he does his he blending. He doesn't do. Some people put corn and rice and oats all in one big barrel. He'll do a corn liquor, an oat liquor, and a rice liquor, and then blend them afterwards.
So what's your guys' opinion on that? Because me and Sean were talking one time about doing a banana rum, and Sean said the way he would do it, he would ferment the molasses and then ferment the bananas and then run them together.
Yeah, but Bill talks about that he blends distilled liquor at the end, correct?
Yeah, at the end.
That's what's already ran. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Basically, Joey, you would make a banana liquor and then a rum and then blend them.
Hell yeah.
So I don't know. I mean, I don't know. Might not be a bad idea, to tell you the truth. It sounds kind of good.
I mean, you could definitely play with the flavors instead of worried about what it comes out of the worm. You know what I mean? You could just blend it at the end.
Yeah, it's not a bad idea.
Wow.
I mean,
wow.
Hey, a whole nother rabbit hole.
Fuck you, Bill Cluck.
Fuck you, Bill Cluck.
I know you're watching, so fuck you.
Man, there are so many pioneers and guys that you could dig in the rabbit hole with in this fucking industry, in the shine world. Guys that are just strictly this, strictly that. There's so many. That's what's so cool about it. And you could reach out. I feel like I could reach out to almost every one of them and get answered and ask questions.
But since you brought up the pioneer thing, next week, Damon and Wayne from Ozark are going to have their podcast, and they're diving into some, pre-prohibition, different things and questions and stuff, So, that I like to learn history like that too, where we were, where we are, where we're going, it's kind of cool.
And I'll tell you how this came about, because I don't even know what it was. A few months ago, Wayne approached me with this idea of a podcast, a live stream. And I was like, dude, that's fucking awesome. And as he's talking to me, I get pictures in my head. I'm a little bit on that spectrum. As he's talking to me, I'm like, ooh, I got it. And immediately I knew what I wanted to show him as a possible logo. And based off of what he told me, I made him that logo with Bigfoot and a little gray alien wearing overalls, sharing a jar over a campfire. And that podcast is going to be called The Proof Is Out There. Seek the proof. And it's a play on words, because the proof could be, hey, we're talking about liquor this week. The proof could be, hey, where's the proof that Bigfoot doesn't exist? So it could be anything with Wayne. Wayne's, you guys know Wayne. His mind is a little bit twisted in different ways than ours is. So it's going to be a good time. I think the show we're doing next week on that podcast is going to be it's all going to be about history.
That's
history
awesome.
of shining and history and stories, historical stories. So it's going to be a good time.
That's awesome.
Hell yeah.
So what comes on the week after that?
Week after that, we got the return of the shit show.
Oh, yeah. I noticed the shit show has been on hiatus.
Well, yes. I tell you, people have. I don't know about you, Tom, and I'm sure Phil has too. How many messages and fucking emails and have you gotten about the shit show?
Man, I mean, I'll tell you what. Between when we got off that night until that whole weekend, man, there was people texting me all over the country and sending me messages like, "I missed that." Yep. That was the main consensus. I missed that. And it's just where me and Chad was on there, we're just talking, and people, that's what people were missing, because that's what we started doing, for the longest time, and then it went stupid, which is our fault, totally our fault.
You talking Moonshine or Chad?
Not blaming anyone but us,
You talking Moonshine or Chad?
Yeah, yeah.
I'm gonna tell you what, man, that motherfucker is real. I got nothing but love for Moonshine or Chad. He keeps it 100 all the way, all the time.
He does.
He's a real ass dude, and I appreciate you, Moonshine or Chad. You're one of the real ones, brother. That's all I can say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And hopefully in a few minutes we might be bringing him on stage, but we'll see.
So, did you guys get any of this Steel Valley?
Absolutely.
Agave sour mash?
Oh yeah, I've had that. I didn't get any because I chose the rum.
I chose the rum and then left it. I'm pissed.
Maybe I got the rum.
This is fucking amazing, man.
Oh yeah.
Well,
but, if y'all haven't gotten an inkling or a clue of what we're doing now on Friday nights, I'll tell you, Friday night started getting a little bit out of hand. The shit show was pretty much it was unrestrained. It was just unrestrained chaos.
Dude, there was a couple guys that jumped on there one night. I was like, what in the fuck? Who are these guys?
Yeah.
So, and that's why we had the idea. I mean, we had a bunch of other shows that were sitting in, Tom, Wayne, everybody had these shows, and I had these shows in the back of our heads that we thought would work. And I was like, well, let's just do that. Let's just alternate them on Friday. So that's how we're going to do it. 1 week it's going to be Tom and Chad. Then it's going to be Tom and I, and then it's going to be Wayne and I, and then it's going to be the shit show. And then the next month it's going to just alternate the same thing again. But the shit show was kind of an epitomal part of how I got brought into everything. So I didn't want to see that go away. But we're going to be having a little bit more restraints this time, so to speak. So
I get it.
We're going to have a shit show.
So what are your plans for the American and Moonshine podcast? How are you guys playing this moving forward?
It's going to be the same thing like we did tonight. Every week, Tom, I, and a possible guest will discuss America and Moonshine.
Well, listen, I will say this. If you guys ever run across to where you guys can't get somebody, reach out to me, man. I'd love to hop on with you guys again. I had a great time tonight.
Absolutely. Yeah, we might just make you an integral part of the whole show.
You guys talk about it, man. I would love to be a part of it if you guys are down for it. If you guys just want me on as an occasional guest, I'll be glad to do that too, man. So you guys let me know, and I'm there for you guys. I love both of you guys.
Absolutely, man. That's the best.
I think we're getting to that point in the show here tonight that we can either say au revoir, that's French, motherfuckers, in case you didn't know.
Or is that what French motherfucker sounds like? Au revoir?
I say we turn it up a notch and let motherfuckers in.
Oh, we just let a few in.
Come on.
Now let just a few in.
We're going to let a few in, but it's not going to be a free for all. We learned our lesson. So if anybody wants in, let us know and we'll discuss it. And if we want you in here, you'll get in. If not, you'll be. But we're not gonna have a stage of 10 people. We might let 2 or 3 people in here.
Right.
That's gonna be a boot at. Oh wait, I already got one request, and this motherfucker. I'll let him in here because I heard he has nice tits.
Ooh.
Is it pepperoni nips?
No, well, no, I wouldn't call those nice tits. Wouldn't call those nice tits at all. Aaron, you know one thing, Aaron DeMarco, he's from Canada. What's going on, brother? We got a few people in here. I know we, and one of the things tonight, we didn't want to get bogged down with, oh, wait, here he is. There he is.
Joey, baby, what's happening, man?
What's going on, Chad Grant? You doing all right,
My
baby?
man Chad, what's up, brother?
Yeah. What's happening, man?
My
Man,
brother.
I got none but love for you, Chad, bro. I really
Me too,
do,
man. I told them boys the other night, I was on Jason and them show, and I told them boys they were talking about still talking. I said, Uncle Joey, my favorite over our brother.
I
Yeah.
appreciate the love, man. I
Now,
appreciate
you know,
the love. You
Big
guys
Easy
are awesome.
comes in at a close second, but
Where's Sean on that? Is
he
not,
comes in with no curtains. I peep in the window to see him.
And he'll be late.
Nah, Sean's good too, man. I just hadn't really hung out or talked to Sean, you know, as much as I have. Well, I ain't really hung out and talked to Joey that much neither, but you know, I don't know what it is. Sean's more held back, I guess you'd say.
Oh no, you can just
Father's
feel
the most
Joey's
reserved
love through the
dude.
screen here. You know what I mean? Just feel
Bro,
Joey's
I
love.
was in love with Joey when he told me, he said he stole that damn pineapple rye that I made and drunk it over at Big Easy or Sean's house and loved it. I said, yep, dude, that's my dog right there. He knows
Hey,
good.
That's
listen,
right.
Sean didn't care for it. I took his. I got a jar of it, man. Yeah, I took both them and put them in a jar. I said, I'll take every bit of that, man. Hell yeah.
I thought it come out good, bro.
That pineapple in that, brother. That pineapple's nice on the back end of that.
Yes, sir. It tames the rye down a little bit, don't it?
Yeah, rye can be a spicy bitch, man, but that pineapple tamed her down.
Pineapple. Can you see that?
Yeah.
I had some of my my sweet run of that Cherokee White Eagle left, and I was taking my tapache. I had a bunch of pineapples left, and I threw some pineapple slices in this thing.
Yeah.
It's fucking spectacular.
Hey, there ain't nothing better than go to Kroger and get a jar of that those pineapple spears in coconut water and dump about 3/4 of that shit out and fill that back up with corn liquor.
Oh yeah,
bro, them some damn good pineapples.
Who let Toby in
I'll
here?
tell you this: hand chopping 15 of them damn pineapples wasn't worth a damn. You know what I'm saying?
I did that.
It's hard to damn peel a damn pineapple and chop it with a regular kitchen knife.
You got to get. I don't have it here. Damn it. There's a thing you can buy on Amazon. It's a pineapple corer. You basically you cut the top off and you set this thing right on the top and you turn it. And what it does is it brings out the pineapple meat in perfect fucking circles. And all you're left with is that core and the skin.
Right on.
Which is what I use for
So, well, real quick, so you don't use any skin in your cum puncher?
No, it's all skin. It's all skin and cores.
Oh, so what do you do with the meat? You just
I put in the refrigerator and we eat shit out of it.
I'm just asking because I've never really talked about it, you know.
Yeah.
Hey, what I thought was wild when we were at Farm to Bottle, we listened to that Steve Lambert dude talk about how they make his limoncello. Take 190 proof liquor and just use the peel of the lemon. That shit's wild, dude.
Yeah, I've actually, speaking of limoncello, I've got a damn 200-year-old limoncello recipe. Shit. Yeah, it's like it came over from Italy, you know what I mean? It was somebody's great grandmother's and it got passed to me. And I've also, Joe, I've also got a probably 150-year-old, something like that, banana brandy recipe from the mountains up here. And it was one family up there that made it very well. You know, it was their thing. And the last uncle or whatever didn't have any kids, didn't anybody leave it to. So he left it to a buddy of mine, you know, and he's 60 some years old, left it to him and he gave it to me. And that's and it's literally making a banana wine. I know we all call our mash a wine, you know, but this is like legitimately making a wine. You know, using
true brandy,
all that, you know, and then distill.
No sugar added.
Yes, it's got some sugar in it. You know,
and I
think we have to use that, Toby, due to the fact of because they were turning it into a wine. You know, and you know,
not a brandy, but a wine.
Right, and then they went on and distilled that afterwards. You know,
not a hillbilly brandy.
Right.
That makes it a
I
true
like
brandy.
hillbilly brandy better than brandy.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
I just like brandy.
I do too.
Yeah. Brandies are good.
Chad makes some awesome brandies.
I love them, bro.
I wouldn't know.
I like a sharper, hotter taste to my shit most of the time than most guys do. I like it around 110.
Yeah, did you hear us talking about that earlier, Chad?
What's that?
That's what we said. That's what I said. I said I like to taste what I'm drinking.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I also want to know that I'm drinking fucking alcohol. You know what I mean? I like that much.
Yeah, I gotta tell you, this pear and autumn olive that I ran the first half that I ran. I put a whole shit ton of autumn olives that were frozen. I put them into the thumper. So I got a lot of that autumn olive flavor to come out. The problem is, autumn olives, I guess maybe you got to destem them because you're getting a little bit of that
Woodsy?
Yeah, that woodsy flavor. You're getting a sweet pop of the autumn olive, and I mean it's a good brandy, but you're still getting a little bit of that woodsy flavor.
You probably don't get much pear.
Oh no, the pear was just there to, I'm not getting much pear.
You know what I mean? It's just fermentable.
Faint.
Especially if I put all the autumn olives in the thumper. That's what's coming over, and I still got 15 gallons. I got to fucking run. Hopefully tomorrow. But I'm hoping it comes out just the same because it didn't taste terrible. It tasted pretty good.
Bro, what is the damn autumn olive?
It's a small little cherry, like a little berry.
Okay. You've got them all over your place down there, Chad. I guarantee you.
Just ain't never thought about them.
Well, when I grew up, I heard they were fucking poisonous. You know what I mean? Like, oh, don't eat them things. They were poisonous. You know.
They got a little seed in them?
A small little seed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got 2 trees growing in my house.
What'd you say?
I think
you have to get the seed out.
No, I didn't. Because I used the ones in the ones I used in the mash were fresh. So all I did was throw it in a big fucking blender and blend it up into a paste and threw that fucking shit in there.
That might be where you're getting you. Go ahead.
It had a woodsy taste. I was wondering if you were getting that from the seeds.
That's exactly what I was about to say. It might be where that's coming from, brother.
Yeah, because you really don't want the seeds in it.
The problem is these things are smaller than your nuts, Toby.
Yeah, right. No, hey.
It's hard to get that seed out.
Yeah, teeny
Chad,
tiny.
Tell him, Chad.
I mean, oh yeah, no, hell, I don't. That was a joke, my God.
Hey, KP just said he's got him. Hey, Chad, KP said he's got them. He'll show you what they are.
Okay.
Yeah,
hell, I had never even really seen a mulberry I've heard of mulberries, but I had never really seen one or ate one. Oh, Moonshine or Odie sent me some mulberry brandy, 110 proof, and it was fire, bro. I loved it.
So up here in Ohio, we have pawpaws. I heard people can make liquor out of those pawpaws. Is that like a pear? Is that a real light, faint flavor? I'm guessing.
Hillbilly mango.
It's a
mango has a distinct
hillbilly
taste.
mango-y, banana flavory something, or I can't explain it. It's
Yeah.
pawpaw flavored.
I made a mango blueberry once, and the mango freaking dominated over the blueberry, and it was not good. So I just poured all the liquor back into the pot and reran just the straight liquor.
Yeah.
And it came back better.
Right.
It was good after that.
The flavor out.
Yeah, it's all. I had 5 gallons of it, and I just poured it all into a pot and reran it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm really hoping that this pear and autumn olive.
5 gallons of liquor. So it trooped it up to like 170, 180. It was 170 at least. But yeah, it was a whole lot better once I
Right on. Right on, brother.
I'm really hoping that pear and autumn olive that I did really turns out, because it's been sitting for I don't know about 5 days now. The first half that I ran, and it's still it's at 130 proof right now.
Hey, I got a question for the panel. When you run brandy, thumper, no thumper?
Who, me?
Thumper.
I run thumper.
Thumper.
You ain't supposed to run it? You ain't supposed to have a thumper? Or
No. You got some guys that just run off the pot into their lie bag or into their worm and out. I was just curious, how do y'all run your brandies?
I run thumper on everything, brother.
I run thumper.
Oh yeah.
And sometimes I run thumper and a 3-jar thumper after.
So when you run your 3-jar, Toby, is that for a little flavor infusion?
Say again? No, I don't. I usually don't infuse. Buddy.
That's what I use mine for, Joey.
Yeah, I don't infuse. I've got everything to infuse with, but I just don't do it.
Dad, is that where that chocolate peanut butter came from? That Reese cup?
Yeah. I put them chocolate extracts in one jar and peanut butter extracts in the other jar.
I think it was Damon. I heard Damon or somebody say on a podcast he named a peanut butter extract that I guess is really good to use. What is that, Damon?
I didn't use an extract. I used a powdered peanut butter.
Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah.
I can't remember.
I like my liquor to taste like what it's supposed to taste like and not change it any.
Right.
That's
ain't nothing wrong with that.
Yes, I'm in the show.
You're purist.
Hey, that jar of Reese cup that Moonshiner Chad did, man, I passed that around to a couple people, and they were like, God damn, man, that's got Reese cup all the way through it.
And I buy a big bag of Reese cups, and I split that bag between the 2 jars, you know.
Hell yeah.
And I just run, you know, I do a sugar wash. I just run a sugar wash through it. And that's as close to flavored liquor as you'll ever catch Chad doing. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I don't mess with it when it comes off the worm. When it comes out the worm, it's done.
Brother Phil makes great stuff, and I like to go to his house and drink it. It's just it's not my bag. It's, you know, I enjoy it, but I'm not gonna make it.
Right. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
You should.
Spread your wings, Toby.
I like my little box that I live in.
I heard that, brother. I heard that.
I'm used to living in little boxes, you know.
Hey, fellas, I want to say,
he said the key word there is little, so I get that.
Little.
Exactly. Hey, living in little boxes and Moonshiner Chuck's head.
I want to say, y'all three killer show today, fellas. You can tell that by all the comments, man. You couldn't even get a comment in down there sideways. And I'm gonna get off here and let somebody else come in and enjoy the time, bro. And I'm
gonna go also. I gotta get to bed. I gotta get up early.
You gotta take a run.
I love you guys.
Yeah,
Joey, I really haven't met you much. I don't know you a whole lot. I'll take it from I trust my family over here, and I look forward to meeting you someday.
Toby is my brother, and he knows the meaning of brotherhood.
Yes, he does.
I love you, Toby.
Love you too, brother.
All right, brother.
Guys.
Be safe on that road.
I will.
Yeah, be safe, Toby.
So we have
man, to think that he's out there unleashed on the road sometimes. Woo!
Woo! Yeah.
So
But you know what?
Jim Bruns has done a lot of rice.
There you go.
Yeah, that's what I want to get in here, Joey. I've done some rice. I've done some sour rice.
Okay, that's all we need from you now, Jim. We're gonna put him backstage, and we just know that you run rice. That's all we needed. You ain't gonna go into fucking detail now, Jesus. We know you run rice. I'm gonna get up and go see Jim's fucking talking shit for.
Yeah, because I'm a newbie.
So when you run your rice, do you run it with grains? Do you like running it with just like an oat or what? You know, rye? How do you like to run your rice?
I run a rice and rye mix. Okay. And then in turn, I ferment on the grain. And then on one run, I actually took the grain and put that in my thumper to try to get some extra flavor out of it and whatnot. And in fact, what Damien got and passed around was with some of that grain in the actual thumper and us processing through that. But then I aged it on roasted pecans. And that, I think, was the shit right there.
Yeah.
That, I think, is what changed everything. I mean, it was damn good, but I got to make some more. I'll just say that.
Yeah, it's good stuff. I'll tell you that. I gave a jar to Amanda even, and she was just like, "Oh yeah,
yeah." I mean, I hope Amanda wasn't talking just shit, honestly. But I mean, she really liked it, and she commented and sent me a private message the whole damn bit. So I hope it was as good as what y'all are saying it is, or else just blowing shit up my ass.
I wonder if we're gonna get a screenshot of Tom's ass just there. Tom's trying to show me up.
No balloon knots tonight.
He pulled up his pants. All you saw was ass crack for about.
And get a shot of my shorts. There you go.
That. Yeah.
That I could smell that. You know that what's the weirdest thing is I could smell that.
Well,
musty and nasty.
The wind's coming from the west, and I can smell it out here on the coast. So yeah, yeah. I mean, I smelled the whole damn thing.
Smelled like some aged famunda.
I was down in the swamps. I'll just say that.
Yeah, swampy, very swampy.
Got old tube steak smothered in underwear over here.
I'll be right back.
Very small tube steak, not a lot of meat.
No,
hey guys, I'm gonna shut off my video for a second. I got to plug my phone in.
All right.
Hey, it's like fucking feeling easy over. They got to do the 1 bite challenge. That's
Dude, when he drank that wiener juice, I was like, "Oh Lord."
Oh no! Oh no! No! Matt Lamash said smell like sheep farm. Hell no! Smell like hog nuts over here. That's what it smelled like. Oh hell yeah! But anyway, I'm gonna change gears while everybody's gone. Joe, I tell you what, man. Whenever I seen that this morning about Pro's Papaw, his grandpa, whatever he calls him, man, that was rough, man.
Yeah. And I've really appreciated the videos he's been doing with including him in it. I don't know if it's because he knew his health was declining or if he was just using that time to spend with him. But whatever that was, I appreciated those videos. That was a cool bond and cool connection the two of them had. And that's something now the world can see and share and appreciate his grandfather as well, man. That's pretty cool as shit.
I think he was kind of to the point where they're not going to put him in a home. He can just come here. You know what I mean?
And that's kind of what I felt like. That's what he was doing as well.
And that's just that's just fucking awesome, And you know what? And speaking of brotherhood and shit like that, Pro was actually the very first person to put anything about distilling or whatever out on fucking on TikTok. Do you know that?
Right.
And I mean, me and him just really got a bond, years ago. And it was just like, soon as me and him like met in person for the first time, it was just great. We just bonded together. He's an awesome dude. Absolutely awesome. He first words out of his mouth was, "You want some of this strawberry?" I'm like, "No, not me." No, not me. But yeah, he is. He's pretty freaking awesome. Oh,
well, Tom. Hey, it's been a couple of days, Tom, since I talked to you, but that cap finally fell. I didn't mess with it none a bit. That cap finally fell on them apples.
Good deal.
I'm going to go ahead and get that going before it turns to vinegar, I reckon.
So my question is, it is the season for apples. Is everybody going to get them an apple mash going, or it's about that time them apples are going to be easy to get and cheap here real fast?
Yeah, see, right? I don't know about up there in Ohio, but here outside of Asheville, okay, they've got, and I don't know if anybody knows this, but in the mountains outside of Asheville, in Hendersonville, North Carolina, they've got apple groves. I mean, just farms and it'd be different families, And then also, I don't know if anybody knows this, but LJ, Georgia, it's still in the same mountain area, just down the ridge, That's another huge apple place. Well, I've got an apple guy now, and before everybody could get the same prices, I was going up there and buying number one apples, not just the deer apples. I was buying the number ones for $80 for those big Gaylord boxes. It's like 500 or 600 pounds of apples. Well, the last time I went up there, I come home and literally apples, usually they're down in there, you know what I mean? But what happened was is they had a crate, one of their old wooden crates had busted, and a lot of the apples went out. When I got there, here's the flat. I mean, it was mounded. When he set it up in the bed of my truck, apples just rolled out everywhere in my truck, dude. I don't know. Me and Ginger ground apples I actually built my own apple grater just for that because we went through so many.
We have several apple orchards up here, and apples are at abundance, man. So that's something that we definitely have a lot of as well. So it's kind of cool. You can actually, liquor is one of those things where you don't really have to buy a lot if you don't have to. Sugar, when it really comes down to it, man, and you don't even really have to buy that. You can have some land and make liquor and not have to purchase anything. And I guess that's what it goes back to what it was really all about. Making what you grow, providing for your family, bartering, using that as tools to keep your family fed, clothes on their backs, and heat during the winter time. And it's cool that Moonshine was what it was, and it's not quite that now, but at any given time, if need be, it could be that again.
Right. Damon, shut me off.
All right.
There we go.
But that's what I think is cool about the Moonshine, man. It's not used for that now. It's more used to create friendships and brotherhoods and to share. And if at any given time, if need be, though, it could go back to, I'll trade you some shine for some eggs or some shine for some beef or, whatever you had to do.
Speaking of the barter system, Joe, I'll tell you, I used to work in the gun industry. Okay. We'd gunsmith and, stuff like that. And there's been so many times people have come into our shop, or whatever. And we had this one older guy and I love him to death. He had one leg, had his leg blowed off in war, whatever. Right. And he'd come up and say, all right, Tom, I need you to put this scope, put a scope on this rifle for me. I would do it, bore sight it, get it ready, the whole 9 yards, and he'd come back the next day and I'd just hand it to him. You know what I mean? Here you go. Well, what do I owe you? I'm like, you don't owe me nothing. You know what I mean? Just take it. It took me, 30 minutes to get it right for you, just take it. Well, then the next thing you know, he would come back, and I know this sounds stupid, but for him, it was a big deal. He would come back with a whole sack full of fucking cheeseburgers from McDonald's. Okay. I mean, there were probably 40 fucking cheeseburgers in there, and he would just and a whole sack full of like the apple pies, and so we would do that
for the day. Yeah,
we had another guy that we would work on because we never did automotive. We wouldn't work on tractors, because there's too much liability. Well, the one huge farmer in all of the county that I live in, he leases thousands of acres out of here. Well, not that anyway, leases a shit ton of acres. We would work on his farm equipment for him. You know what I mean? And then we'd show up, man. We'd have pumpkins or just corn or, you know what I mean? And that's just getting back to the whole barter system. I love that. I love to do that.
Yep.
Everything has value.
Yep.
Yeah, absolutely does.
Fucking greenbacks, you can take them some bitches and set them on fire, roll them up, snort cocaine, don't give a fuck. But fucking front shoulder off of a hog, to feed your family, that's a whole different thing. You know what I mean? So
no shit.
Love that. Love the barter system.
Yep.
Absolutely. Fucking awesome.
I can't believe.
Yeah, but I went ahead. I got the 50 pounds of apples off my boy. My son-in-law is where I got them from, up there on his little Piedmont area up there in Durham. I got 50 pounds, and I figured I'd try it on out. Been talking with Tom offline quite a bit because Damon won't pick up the damn phone.
Sometimes, Joe.
I've been calling you, and I said, fuck it. I don't even call Damon no more. I just call Tom.
You don't call me.
Oh, I don't?
Oh, you motherfucker.
Motherfucker, you don't call me, motherfucker. Shit.
Damon brought me in the world, and goddamn if Tom ain't gonna take me out.
Hell yeah.
But no, I'm thinking. I don't know. I'm really thinking about trying to make a cinnamon apple out of this. What I got. Me and Tom talked a little bit about it. You know, when Tom, where was that restaurant you would go to? You get them cinnamon apples.
You're just talking about like the regular cinnamon apple stuff?
Yeah, yeah.
Like a Cracker Barrel or something.
Cracker Barrel or wherever. Back in the 80s, 70s, 80s, it was very common. Christmas time frame, you always had cinnamon apples. Grandma normally jarred them on up and she'd break them open around Thanksgiving and Christmas, whatnot. Sometimes they were red, sometimes they were green mint. Anyways, I was thinking about taking some apples and put them in 100 proof and then throw some red hots in there and try to come up like with a canned apple red hot cinnamon contraption.
And you know, that's the other beauty of what you guys do. Everybody's so eager and willing to experiment and try. Because at the end of the day, if you fuck it up, you're still going to drink it.
You damn right.
That's the beauty of it. Or fucking rerun it. If it's something like, okay, I made a pineapple and it's ass, dude. I don't like it. It's got a horrible, bitter fucking aftertaste. I do not like it. So you know what I'm going to do? Like when we start running this apple, you know, I'll take, because I've got like 10 gallons of it. You know what I mean? Because I got a big steel. But anyway, so I'll take a gallon or two and pour it in my mash. Because it'll just carry over and impart a flavor. You know what I mean? Yep. And I'm going to rerun it.
Use the alcohol that you have in the liquor and get a little bit of that flavor. So
yeah, and you know, 2 gallons in the grand scheme of 50 is not going to be something detrimental. You know what I mean? And so, but that's a way. I mean, never throw it away. If you have to, run it through a fucking column and strip all the flavor out of it. You know,
make GNS. Yeah, make you a jar of GNS and flavor that shit.
Yeah, you know, then make it into apple pie. You know what I mean? Seriously, you know.
Yep.
Look at here.
So
there you go.
It just, you know,
it's apple pie and peach cobbler season. Anybody got any coming out?
You're on TV. Look on the TV.
No,
I gotta make about 4 gallons or 2 gallons of each.
If I had some liquor, I would definitely be making. I just made a batch of apple pie a while back. I was at Kroger and they had a new brand of apple juice, and I bought pressed apple. It was all natural, 100% apple juice. One was pressed and one was just apple juice, and I mixed them together, and it made a pretty damn good apple pie recipe.
Now, Food Line.
So let me ask you guys this. So I'm different. I like to use corn liquor when I make my apple pie. I don't like to use sugar shine. I like to get a little bit of that corn liquor flavor in my apple pie. Do you guys would rather use a sugar shine, or are you guys okay with using a corn liquor too?
I've always used sugar shine.
See,
I've always used sour mash.
No, I don't like sugar shine, bro. I don't. I fight them all the time. So I'm like, fuck it. I can make a corn, you know. And like you said, you can take a corn, run it hot and fast, and you know what I mean. It is, you know, I'm gonna reflavor it anyway, you know. So
what I found, I really do. I like using corn liquor in my apple pie, man. It brings a good flavor. Like it's in the to me, it's in the what carries over at the end. I feel like you can tell a difference when you use a corn liquor.
Probably like what you're talking about when you grill anything pork. Anything pork, you mix apple in with it, and my God, I mean, it's just, it takes it and boosts it and puts it over the top.
It's funny you say that. I seen a recipe where a guy took a pork loin and he cut it in half, and he took apple pie filling and he chopped it all up.
Oh God,
it in there and he wrapped it back up with bacon, apple pie filling and bacon. I need to try that on my smoker.
Damn, dude.
When I make my own bacon, I will take the apple pie seasoning and use that as a seasoning for my bacon while it's marinating and everything to get it in there. Then in turn, I will smoke it to get it about 160 to make my bacon. That way, you get a good apple flavor.
Do you smoke it with apple wood or apple pellets or anything?
Apple pellets, yes. I smoke also. I try to get as much apple into my pork any which way I can.
I need to get me one of those little pink pigs, little baby pink pigs.
There you go, and grow it up, raise it, butcher it.
Yep.
You really don't need to do that.
Oh,
hell was that?
What?
You know why you don't need to do that?
What?
We can go right down the road here to the damn pig farm, and you can just reach across the fucking fence and shoot one in the head. We'll butcher it here at the house.
I want to raise it up. Well, I want my kids to be all loving and lovey-dovey, and then 8 months later,
bacon.
Yeah, that's what I named mine. I had a big male and a big female one time, and big white pigs, you know, and everything else. And they was like, "Oh, what's their name?" I was like, "This one's named Sausage. This one's named Bacon." And dude, every time I made sausage out of one of them, dude, and my daughter, when she was young, I'd fucking take it and I'd fucking, every time I'd run my fork in, I'd go, oh, dude, I drove her nuts. Like, eating it. Oh, yeah. It's no wonder she fucking hates me. But anyway.
Dude,
awesome.
I ain't got to lie now, man. Being a kid and then after butchering a whole bunch of chicken, like hundreds of head of chicken for the family, there was a long time I couldn't eat chicken. Ass time. The smell of it, everything about chicken, I could not do nothing. It took about a good, I would say 10 years for it to wear off.
Well, anything that's got a pecker on their nose and willing to fuck their mama, I ain't got no use for them anyway.
There you go.
That sounds a lot like somebody I know. But we're not going to go into that because we weren't going to be doing that tonight.
What? There's somebody's got a pecker on their nose?
Say my name. Say my name.
I'm about to hop off here.
Have you seen the new shirts yet, Jim?
No, I haven't.
You haven't seen the new
they're awesome.
Dude, I've been out of it. I've been trying to sober up, be honest.
Hold on.
That logo up here in the corner, that's the logo's awesome.
I'm gonna open this up here and I'm gonna share my screen.
Don't go yet. I know you're getting ready to go. Joey's on good for 2 hours now. His contract only says he's good till 10 o'clock.
Oh shit! Then he turns into the pumpkin.
Sorry, Joey.
Talk to his fucking agent. So I'm just saying it's only good for so long.
Well, hell, Joey, before you go, I will do my damnedest to go ahead and get up another batch of that rice rye mixed on with that pecan.
Hell yeah!
Yeah,
hell yeah, brother.
Did you see that? You see that, Jim Bruns?
No.
That new T-shirt we got out?
No.
What's that one about? That's hilarious.
Say my name, bitch.
You don't know who that is? That's
to me, that looks like Mark Morgan.
No, it's Janet.
Oh, okay. All right.
And then, of course, we have our newest lineup.
Man, I really like that design. I really, really do.
Okay,
everybody,
you're gonna have to send me the link because I have not seen that site.
Everybody needs to know that if you come down here to the bottom, you can buy sweatshirts or hoodies, shorts, tank tops, hats, stickers. If you go to for example, let's go to the Moonshine Militia. I like this one right fucking here, the one that got made up here, that Ted did, Ted Batista. But if you take this and you go down to the bottom, well, fucking load up. What the fuck's happened to my internet?
Oh, bitch. Say my logo, bitch.
There you go.
Well, it's not showing it here.
Yeah, it is right there.
Yeah, I know, but normally there was a banner here that you could click. Oh, wait, never mind, right here. You can get here and you can buy a flag. You can buy a flag to hang on your wall of any of our designs that we have here.
Ooh, I want one of those America and Moonshine flags to hang in the back here. Nice.
Let's go back to that here. Let me show you real quick. Let's go back to that one.
Yeah.
America and Moonshine, the new hit podcast.
I'll tell you what, it was a fucking hit tonight. I enjoyed the shit out of tonight.
Man, again, I appreciate you guys, man. Dude, whoever designed that, you did a great job. I really like that.
The largest you can get is 80 by 68.
Be honest, Uncle Joey, I've watched you quite a few times on your podcast. I can't believe I'm fucking talking to you. To be honest, I'm kind of almost starstruck, like meeting Amanda and shit.
Hey, brother, I appreciate you watching this, man. The more people that watch, the more that we continue to get extra viewers, and I appreciate each and every one of you. Whose ever idea this was, you guys are awesome, man. The whole basis of it, we talked about America and we talked about Moonshine, and that's what the name of our podcast or your podcast is, and that's what
it's yours too. Hey, Joe, it's yours too. Just it's ours. It's always ours. We're a family, remember?
I appreciate, man.
I never would have come up with the idea if it hadn't been for you, Jason. I'm gonna tell you that right now. I never would have. When I saw that shirt for the very first time, and I that was like last year or some shit like that, this seed spawned in my head, and I'm like, yes.
Well, I'm going to be honest with you. That the name kind of brings what the group is about as well. I mean, we all love our country that we live in, and the rights that we have, and the fact that we are able to do what we do. And we love the community of the Moonshiners, man. So it is what we are.
It's all about America and moonshine.
Yeah,
that's it.
That's it.
Hey, quick! We still live and everything, right? So
yes,
yeah, for a little bit.
Outer Banks. When you look on the map where the Outer Banks Bigfoot thing is going on in a couple of weeks. That is not on the outer island. That's inland, not far, but it is inland. So it was not affected at all by these storm surges y'all hearing about, okay? And once again, like I posted a few other times, I guess it's the Bigfoot bash, not is the Bigfoot creature, but the Bigfoot monster truck is what I think it is all about. Because they're like right next to each other.
It should be about our brother that lives in the fucking woods, Sasquatch. That motherfucker needs some recognition.
Yeah.
Well, so does Bigfoot and the Gators. So I mean, there's some damn don't break down on your way out there and think you're gonna, live. There's some gators out there on the way out.
Damon, what was the horror movie about the big gator? What was that called? Gator.
Alligator.
Yeah, that's like wasn't that like mid 80s?
Yeah, 80s. They dropped. They bought a small baby alligator in Florida, took it home to New York or wherever the fuck they were. Flushed it down the toilet, and it grew up to a normal.
And it grew up in the toilets. Yeah.
I knew Damon would know. I knew Damon would know about that one, being Mr. Horror.
Yeah, I'll just say this: if you go to the Outer Banks through the north side, you don't want to go through them swamps at night. You might get a flat tire, and God only knows what the hell's going to happen.
Bigfoot's going to get you and rape you, and you're going to be hurt.
Dude, you're going to see a bunch of shit. You out there in that swamp, I don't know what the hell they call it, but it ain't no place to stop.
I tell you, this I also just kicked off season 4 of my horror movie podcast. The first episode has been put out there. We covered Sinners from 2025. And I got the whole month of October, we're covering zombie movies. Not Rob Zombie, Tom.
Dang it.
And my first episode, this coming up here, is going to be about White Zombie from 1932. Bela Lugosi, baby.
Yeah.
So,
well, we got any plans of getting Alan Bishop on here? We'll talk about ghosts and goblins and
maybe not on this podcast, but he's in line for a couple things that I'm researching. So
okay.
Oh yeah.
No,
yep.
I mean, I shared. Oh God, it was last fall, I reckon it was. My cameras popped up and started blasting some shit, and I actually had to send it to Alan and say, "Look, dude, what the fuck am I seeing here?" So yeah, we seen some entities, and he clarified it for me. Yep.
Hell yeah.
All right.
Well,
we are just over about 2 hours on this live stream here, and I think we're about cooked.
I am.
We accomplished what we set out to accomplish. We had a good conversation about everything that had to do with America that we thought was pertinent for this episode, and Moonshine. So join us next month when episode 2 of American Moonshine comes out, and we'll be discussing more about America and about Moonshine.
Awesome.
Uncle Joey, thank you for bringing it on. We love you, brother.
Stay right there. Hey, Joey, don't go nowhere, though. Yeah, just stay right here till the live stream ends.
Yeah, I know. We do that on ours. Yeah. We'll kick around.
Thanks for popping in, Jim. We love you.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Everybody out there, thanks for hanging out with us and putting up with Tom's stinky ass for 2 hours. We love you.
Damn, I got a dirty one.
And we are. Oh,
America.
we don't do that on this one.
America and Moonshine.